Hopefully it's not too windy. No, I know. Hi! I'm Remy. I'm person behind remchive. So have you seen my other videos? You know that I don't normally have these talking segments or like clips where I talk a lot. But since I filmed very sporadically throughout January to April, I thought I'd try something a little different. I thought I'd treat this like a little catch up with me type of video. Because when I watch vlogs, day in my life kind of videos, I like to listen to it in the background. So if you want to hear some yapping while you work, go ahead and click on another tab. But if you're just gonna stay in the video, I'm just gonna be talking in between clips and talking over clips. Enjoy! So during the term that I recorded these clips, I was taking two courses. First is guiding behaviors in early childhood education, and second was field studies 1. First one, that was just a regular lecture class. Second was what was eating up most of my time, because on top of the hours that we had to spend in class, we also were required to meet a certain amount of hours on our field site, and on top of this we also had a bunch of requirements, and I couldn't record much because of safety. But I had a lot of fun taking this course. These two courses were actually retakes, because when I tried taking these courses the first time around, I failed. But that's okay, college isn't about rushing. I just wanted to try to do my best this time around, and you'll find out later how that went. Most of these clips were taken in March, which happens to be my birth month. So whenever I celebrate my birthday, I always like to do things that I'm really into over like something gimmicky or whatever. Because my idea is I want to celebrate surviving another year by sharing the things I love with the people that I love. Oh my god, there are cars running. So yeah, I always want to share the things that fill my life with love. Those that make me feel very loved throughout the 365 days that we spent going around the sun. I unfortunately wasn't able to record on my actual birthday celebrations because I was stressed. I was stressed with all the logistics. Also just because I get overwhelmed easily, which ends up with me forgetting to do things. But I had a lot of fun. I went climbing with my friends. All of them actually tried bouldering for the first time. I had a lot of fun. The staff at my home gym, Boulder World Pasay, were super accommodating and kind. It was a blast. Yap time again. In this video, you'll be seeing a lot of clips where I'm working on a service learning project. In my university, DLSU, we have a thing called service learning projects, which the university emphasizes because of its core values to serve others, which I think align with my values. So our service learning project was to create a children's storybook about certain themes. I think this one was about calamity preparedness, specifically flooding. I was the one leading the illustrations for that storybook. and it was an interesting project to say the least because I was not used to collaborating with others. I don't think I've ever done an art collab with anyone, honestly. So it's very interesting to work on such a detailed illustration project for something that will be used by actual children.
I'm kind of tired. I'm currently making a tracker on Google Docs because I have no clue what's happening. I'm starting to get overwhelmed with my field study subject, and I'm doing it because I'm tired.
You see my video from a few months ago. I'm still bouldering. It's still one of my favorite hobbies, if not my most favorite hobby. But at that time I was a lot busier, so I think I only got to climb once or twice that month compared to like the 4 times I climbed in January. At the time that I was recording, my sound grade is about 3 bars in my home gym, which I have no clue what it is in V scale because it's kind of hard to gauge when I did try to go to gyms recently that do use V scale. But my project grade, which I still have yet to send something for, I believe a 4 bar, especially on Slack, specifically on Slack actually. Right now, I'm just working on trying to get over the grade chasing mentalities and doing things that I enjoy, because that's what I started out doing when I began climbing in October. I was just doing things that I thought looked cool.
Ale. Yeah.
Alin! Di ba kanta yun nung matopik ka ng walk trip? Matokin, walk trip? Matokin, walk trip? Niche ass bastard. Most of my clips from March really were just from me doing field study stuff. As I mentioned earlier, this was my second take of field study, and not to be very TikTok buzzword, click word, whatever. But like, it's very burnt toast theory to me, because I think having to retake field study 1 was what made me realize just how important it was to look after yourself and see mental health, your social emotional well-being as something you really do include with your holistic growth and all of that. Ever since I went into recovery after I first took field studies 1 and failed, I was able to understand mental health the way I see physical health. You don't go to doctors just because you're sick. You don't take vitamins just because you're sick. You don't eat healthy and exercise just because you are sick. You do this because you want to get better, you want to feel better, you want to live healthier, be happier. Same thing goes for mental health. I think that we should all learn to try to look after ourselves more and don't let yourself crash and burn, guys. I don't think that's what you want. Very, very rough. I mean, no, it was pretty okay day. But there was one incident which I'll talk about later that kind of made me panic. So it's okay. The teacher didn't ask me about it. It was just I was overthinking it. Okay, so the story that I mentioned just now. The school that I go to is very, very progressive, which I do like. I love how progressive it is. So they have a lot of children who are neurodivergent, which I'm honestly not very good at spotting. I'm not sure how well I perform in this, and it's also very tricky to go about discussing this. So when this kid suddenly stopped in the hallway, which is right across my supervisor's desk, just doing this. I got so worried because I was like, I was worried like that he got overwhelmed or maybe he's getting upset or he's frustrated or something like that. And I was looking back and forth between my supervisor and the child because the kid wasn't responding. But eventually, I realized that he's probably just stimming, and I just didn't know that it was a stim because I haven't seen him specifically do that stim. And since then, that was when I realized, oh my god, I didn't know this the whole time. So that taught me to slow down and try to stay calm as a early childhood professional.
And meow 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 meow.
It's okay, I'm gonna mute this.
Hi po! Hi! Hi YouTube! Ano ba?
Last day! I did it! I just have to work on all of the field work, reports and whatnot. I did it! I did my 30 hours of field work. So happy. Pamali vlog. My God,
Amog.
Kahit sa yung white chocolate.
we study. So in the same vein of my little mental health yak earlier, I think it's also important. Like, this is such a quote-unquote regurgitated point, but you really should have a support system, whatever your support system looks like, and make sure that it is a good one. Because it really does help you much more than you realize. Even on days where you think you just want to isolate or you're not really sure where you stand between your friends, being able to look back on those good moments really helps. And it helped me. I was able to hang out with a lot of friends during this month, which was helpful because I was really stressed. And with all those friends, I probably would have crashed and burned. Maybe not as severely as before, but probably would have been tweaking for a bit if it wasn't for my friends. Yeah. And that wraps up this video. And yap with me. So what happened since then? First of all, drum roll, did Remy pass her field study 1 class? Yes, I did! It's a bit difficult, but I made it through. I also passed the other lecture class that I retook that term. It was awesome. From that term came the next term, where I'm currently taking one class that I couldn't take out of the 6 classes in my flowchart this time last year, because this was the only class that was locked by a prerequisite, which was the guiding class that I had to take. I am currently just in one little org, which I had been wanting to join for ages. I'm there as a trainee now. It's my university's radio org. Should I be yapping about this? I feel like it's gonna... No, it's not gonna jinx it. It's gonna manifest it. Anyways, I'm working towards becoming an official member of the org, and with some other side projects I'm working on this video. So yeah, so that's been my life lately. I hope you guys have been doing well. If you guys want to share anything about your life in the comments, feel free to go ahead. So that's it for this remchive video. It's a little different than usual. Probably might end up being longer than usual because of that. But let's see if I do this again in the future. Bye!